To be honest, it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I said, it's scary, but on the other hand, sometimes big change is also weirdly exciting. Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone is healthy, and I hope your loved ones and you are just doing the best that you can, taking in the current global situation, which I do feel like is insane right now to even say that pretty much the whole world is in quarantine. It's been an interesting last 4 days, which is what I would say is since the things here in Munich really started to escalate and where restrictions really started to get more serious. I am grateful for those restrictions. The most important thing here is that everyone stays healthy and that as little people have to die as possible from this disease. And obviously that does mean we have to stop spreading it. In today's video, I wanted to kind of share some of the thoughts that we've had with Alex about how to deal with the current situation, current global situation, and how it's affecting, our business. And I know that this is going to affect so many businesses. It's an economic crisis as it is already in general. And of course, if everybody stays inside, places are shut, shops are shut, restaurants are shut, tourism is dead basically. There's no way around it that this is going to have an enormous impact on so many companies and businesses. I know that these times can seem very overwhelming, not only just considering the fact of what's actually happening, which is a global health crisis, but of course then on top of that, having to consider what are the consequences and implications to your business and how are you going to keep going on. And everyone's different, and I think right now, first and foremost, I think it's really important to keep in mind that it is a matter of perspective. I know that so many people have it really bad. As for now, as I am making this video, we don't know when this is going to stop. We don't know how long we're going to be in quarantine, how long shops are going to be closed, and how long this economic crisis is going to keep going on. And thereof, we have to also say this is going to have most likely huge consequences also on our business, on our baby that we've been working so hard to build until now. And we're trying to think optimistically, and we're trying to think in terms of gratitude. And we're going to try and get through it. Of course, we are. Of course, there's no other alternative, but it doesn't mean that we have not already had to make some pretty tough decisions and just have really tough discussions about what we can do. Because I think at this time and at this point, the most important thing is that you somehow find the stability to get through this whole situation. And stay sane and not have to live in constant worry and anxiety of what if and what is going to happen. Let's face it, we can't do anything about it. It's here. The virus is here. It's happening. And people are going to be in quarantine and stay quarantined most likely for a while. What is left is to really just strategize about what we can do with our company and what you can do with your company and how you can try and keep it running for as long as possible afterwards. So I've talked to some business owners already, and it does seem that a lot of the people say that, if this lasts for 2 months, then they might make it, they can maybe deal with that still. But any longer is just hard to understand. And but I know that not everyone's company is in that situation. I believe we can also make it if 2 months our sales drop drastically. We're trying to do a lot more of online marketing, for example, now, but I'll come back to that. But for sure, this is going to have an effect on our revenue, which is obviously just going to affect our daily business in so many ways. But if it just lasts 2 months, which is hopefully we won't have to go longer, we think we can make it. But it still does mean that we have to take a huge step back when it comes into the development of our company and the growth of our company. It's just insane to think that a week ago we were, it looked like this would really be the best year yet again. I mean, we've grown really well every single year since we launched our company. And a week ago, it looked like we would at least double our revenue this year again. Whereas now, if things go like they do, this year is going to be about stabilization for us rather than growth, which is, again, something we can be very grateful for. But it's also a shame because we've worked so hard and we feel like we do have to take a step back this year. Again, that sounds whiny because the situation, everyone's going through it. We're grateful that if we even get through it. I did want to come here and share some of the things that me and Alex have been talking about together, about the steps that we know that we need to take now, in precautionary steps for sure. We are a small and vulnerable company, and that's why we do have to make quick and smart decisions early rather than later. And I think that's going to be something a lot of businesses will have to consider right now. And yeah, guys, I can't say this enough. It's not easy. These are not easy times, and everybody wishes it wouldn't have to be like this. Number one is perspective, and it's just important to remember that you are, first of all, not alone. There are so many insanely horrible implications and consequences that this global pandemic is right now having on different people and companies. People are losing jobs. Some people are not going to be able to pay their rent. You know, some people have already gone bankrupt, like I said, and this is not to say that you should in any way compare yourself to others and therefore forget about what your business is also going through. It just is about perspective. Most people's businesses, unless you're, I don't know, selling toilet paper, is suffering right now. The next thing is really important, and I do feel like there are things that you can do to maybe help your business get through these times. And like I said, as of the day that I'm making this video here in Munich, Germany, there are some measures and promises that have been done to help small businesses. Try to minimize costs now as much as possible, anywhere possible. And yes, that might mean you have to make some tough decisions. You guys, do your research, be informed, and then find out what you can do to help your employees and help your company with the help that your government is going to be supporting you with. The next thing you can check is to see and ask if your rent could be postponed or laid off for 2 months. Again, this is just really going to depend on where your office is and on who you're paying rent for. I can't speak for everyone, and you know, this is not something that we know if it's possible for us either, but it is something worth trying and worth asking. At times like these, asking is always better than not doing anything and just assuming that it's not going to work. And the same goes for loans. You know, if you have any loans, just again about minimizing those monthly costs, trying to keep the cash flow as positive as possible, right? Third thing to do and consider is that how can you be innovative and creative on getting your services and business first of all well known, and you know, keep up the marketing basically, and maybe even sell your services or products in alternative ways. So of course there are going to be businesses and companies that can use modern technology to their advantage and perhaps they'll have a really good chance in surviving this whole situation. And the first thing that I can think of is, for example, any kind of yoga or even meditation or fitness instructors, you know, can easily now have online courses, and I see a lot of them doing that as well, and I see a lot of people still supporting that, so that's beautiful. So if you have that opportunity to change your service that you're providing to make it online, make sure that your customers know about it, inform them about it, because I'm sure so many people are still willing to support you. Your customers are there willing to support you, so make sure they know about that. We're also trying to think what we can do, even though, you know, like I said, we are going to try and now just really focus on putting our marketing efforts into our online marketing so that we can make more online sales and kind of save us through that, but we'll see how that works. Okay, so we have to also see what we can do, maybe get creative and get more ideas. And it's not easy, it's not comfortable, but it's definitely the time to start doing so. And moreover, is that now is not the time to fall asleep with your company either. I mean, of course, take it easy, etc. Don't get overwhelmed, but now is maybe the time to start that YouTube channel that you always wanted to, or start that Instagram channel that you always wanted to, create that blog that you always wanted to. Like, there are so many things that you know, maybe you always thought that you wanted to do, but you never had the time to do so. And whilst maybe this is not giving you a lot of time, but it's definitely giving you the urgency to start creating content, because people at stay-at-home office, when they have to stay home, they are looking for content to consume. And at some point, people are going to be tired of only reading about the devastating parts about coronavirus, and they're going to want to have some kind of entertainment and something to take their minds off of it. So start creating content. Now is your time. Video, blog post, anything really, but now is the time to make sure that your company stays visible, your brand stays visible, and that you can give your customers value that they're looking for. And once this crisis is over, they'll remember you. Finally, you guys, I know I've been consuming way too many news, way too much social media, just, you know, informing myself, just trying to really, like I said in the beginning, digest what is actually happening right now. And then on top of that, thinking about what's going to happen to the business and what's going to happen to us. You know, the worst case scenarios have gone through our head. And the worst case scenarios, you know, they don't look pretty at all. It is very scary. And it is a frightening thing to think about. So just try to not overwhelm yourself right now, because the truth is that nobody knows what is exactly going to happen, how these situations are going to be dealt with. And you need to really take good care of your mental health right now. Meditate, do yoga, do what you can to not let yourself get too overwhelmed, anxious, stressed out about this situation. I know that's not going to be easy for everyone. You know, it's already, I don't feel like it's easy for me either. But yeah, you know, my mindset always says that everything in the end is going to be all right, and everything at the end does pass, and this too shall pass. And yeah, to be honest, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, it's scary, but on the other hand, sometimes big change is also weirdly exciting. But that's always been my mindset. Let me know how you guys are feeling. How are you doing? And, you know, if you can, stay positive, and please, please, please stay healthy. Make sure that you take care that all your loved ones stay healthy. Let me know what kind of content you would love to see on my channel over here. If there's anything that I can create for you guys to help keep you entertained. I just wish all the best for all of you guys. We can get through this together. We have to get through this. I know these are some insane times. And yeah, just lots of love, you guys. You guys are the best. You're doing great. Know that. My mind.